Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than usual. This is something that I've had in the works for a while and I'm excited to show you guys, and it's my Minecraft Five Nights at Freddy's world. I was a little afraid to show this off because it's not completely finished yet, but we're going to be checking out this build, and it's the first Freddy Fazbears Pizza building. And it's not the one from Fnaf 1, this is the one that they mentioned in Fnaf 2, which is a prequel to Fnaf 1. And as you can see, it's got the unwithered animatronics. And I was very careful with how I was going to lay this place out, because I wanted it to have a familiar feel and also kind of feel like the Fnaf 2 building, but older and not as good. But I also wanted to put a spin on it. As you can see here, it's got the arcade area. I'm really proud of how this came out. It's simple, it's not too crazy. We have the backstage, and I've always had this problem where they have the backstage area and it's not behind the stage. It's not actually backstage. So in a lot of these builds, you'll see that I put the actual parts and service or backstage behind the stage. But this place isn't too crazy. It's just an original build. Here's the kitchen. You even have the freezer. There's still stuff I have to put in, more detail. Here we go, we got the prize corner. Happy with it, how this came out. As you can see, there's a there's a Fredbear poster, kind of reminiscent of the other location that's going on during this time, I think, of the timeline. And we got the office, pretty simple. I like this little terminal here. I also really love this mod. If you're curious what the mod is called, it's the Fnaf Management Wanted mod. And I think they've done a terrific job. If you guys want to check out the mods I've used in this whole mod pack, because I'm planning on actually releasing this in the world and everything when it's all complete, I'll leave a link for some of the mods in the description below. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we even have the puppet here because of the Charlie incident. I believe that it happened in this building. Some people believe it happened in Fredbear's Family Diner. I originally thought that the alleyway was across the street. I decided to change it and realized that it's actually in the alleyway on the side of the building. So here's a pretty gruesome and dark moment. We have the puppet here, and I also have some buildings next to the building, just to fill out the world. I used some of the Pizzeria Simulator signs here, and just to give a little bit of personality to this place. Also, I didn't even mention, here's the purple guy's car parked out right outside. So if we go down this street, these are some buildings that are a work in progress for now. Go to over here, you can see that we got like a little motel I'm really proud with. But here is FNAF 2 location. We go inside. So I kept it pretty accurate to the game. We got the party tables, you got the puppet here with the prize corner, and as you can see here, this isn't in the original game. I tried to keep it accurate, but I wanted to change things up a bit so it'd be original. So here's a party room. Actually, this is the only party room in the location. There's that room, and then there's this room. So technically there's two, but this is the Pirates Cove place. And it's still unfinished too. Like it's really bare bones, but it works. It's here for now. We got the stage, the animatronics, really happy with how they look. And we go, oh yeah, parts and services moved over here, so it's actually behind the stage. You can go up here, go up to the stage. I thought that's pretty neat. And then this is pretty accurate to how it is in the game, with a little bit of tweaks there, different too, just to fill the space out so it's not so empty. And then we got the wood animatronics. They're pretty accurate to how they're laid up. I might go in there, fill out some more detail. Oh yeah, here's one thing I gotta mention. You're probably wondering how I got these corners cut here, and this is pretty important. So I got this mod called the Copycat mod. They got all types of variations here. We got the vertical slopes, so that's how I got the stage look. So anyway, I just wanted to show off like how I did that, because I saw someone use that and I was like, how do I get that? I commented and they never responded. So anyway, yeah, that's that. So we go back here. We got the restrooms, just like how in the game. Usually this is where the parts and service would be, but I decided to add an exit, backdoor exit, emergency. Oh yeah, that reminds me. there should be an exit sign here. Love how it does that. And we go down a hallway. These are technically where the party rooms were, but I decided I'm gonna make them something else later when I figure it out. Later down the road, I'll probably do an updated video of this. That'll be a lot better. And we have the office, which is completely accurate to the game, except for the phone here. But otherwise, oh yeah, and the clock. But otherwise, everything is completely accurate. I wish this fan moved though. We even got the vents here. And if you go through the vents, as you can see, it ends up in prize corner. So technically it all still works. Gameplay wise, you could technically do it. I did have it set up to do that. I don't think I have vent triggers here though. I'll put them in later. You're probably wondering what these holes are. This is a work in progress also. But these are the sewers. Most of it has a sewer system underneath, and that took a lot of time, but it was worth it. So here we are at Fnaf 1, Fazbears Pizza. As you can see, it's different for sure. The walls aren't gray. So I decided to use the Fnaf movie walls, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Here's the stage here. We got parts and service, still needs to be worked on. And here's the prize corner, which is not shown in the first game, but I decided to put it in here anyway. And then back here, we have the safe room, where the Sprig Bonnie suit is. Pirate's Cove. Most of it, I wanted to keep it accurate to the game, but also add my own stuff. And we have the kitchen, which has its own counter and stuff. I took inspiration from like Little Caesars, where they have like an opening like this and you can kind of see inside sort of. So there's that. We go in here, we got the restrooms. The restrooms all have their own, oh, this place doesn't have the stalls and stuff. And finally, we go through here and you might be wondering, what the heck? Why isn't it 2 hallways? Technically it is. So I made it kind of make sense. We have a hallway that goes here that leads to a little room here. I don't know what to put in yet. And then you have the entrance to the kitchen, and I really love how the kitchen turned out. I think it looks really great. And then we have the office here, which is accurate to the game, except for the phone here. But of course the doors work and everything. If you guys want tutorials on how to use this mod, I've gotten pretty used to it. I'll probably do that. Then we have this hallway, which is just another hallway for the game. And here is another closet. So this is where the supply closet is going to be. And over here, I haven't figured out what's going to be in there yet. But yeah. Here we have the back door exit. So you just go through here and there's the exit. Sorry, it turned dark because I have daylight sensors controlling all of these. But yeah. Pretty simple. Fnaf 1. Technically, after that is Fazbears Frights, and that's going to be right here. So that's a work in progress. I still have to do the layout and everything, but I'll probably do an updated video. If you take the road from the original Freddy Fazbears, go down here. You have this here, and I wanted to make it accurate to Midnight Motorist. So we go down the path, go down here. As you can see, this is where the grave is. So there's that. And we go here, and here's Junior's, which I'm pretty sure is a bar. So I made it look like a bar on the inside. Could use a little bit more work in here for sure, but that's that. So we keep going down the road, and this road is accurate to the Midnight Motorist minigame too. So like all the path and everything. And then we wind up here. Here is the Fnaf 4 house. So I had to take some liberties of my own, but I wanted to keep it accurate to the Midnight Motorist minigame. So here's the couch where one of the characters would sit and watch TV. This I had to make myself. So I put it in a kitchen. Go down here. This hallway is actually the Fun with Plush Trap hallway. So we even got the doors on the side here. Over here we have I'm assuming it's Michael's room. Here's the broken window where he escapes, and this is where the footsteps would be. And then here I made Willie Mafton's room. So we got the orange bed. So pretty simple, not a lot. We go in here, and here is another room. You know, this is all original. So And then we have this little area. I still need to put in a washer and dryer here because that's what this little area is for. Then we have a bathroom, which I'm really proud of. Keeping the purple guy aesthetic a little bit. Really proud of how this came out. Pretty simple. And yeah, that's pretty much the house. That's all there is to it. Simple, small, not huge. Let's go over to Fazbears Family Diner. This one took a lot of time because the front of the building is really bland and doesn't have a lot of detail, but I wanted to keep the purple and I wanted to keep it accurate but also take liberties of my own, and I think it looks pretty good. I'm proud with it. Then we go inside, got these cutouts welcoming you in, and we got Willie Maft in here. We got some trash cans, posters, arcade, so this isn't in the mini game but it's here. And then we have the dining area along with Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. Then we have a little office here. This employee is jumping on desks. Dumbass. And we have the parts and service room where the kid gets locked in. So I want to keep that accurate. We got the empty suit with the heads, the table. And then I wanted to incorporate a kitchen. So here's what the kitchen would be. So this all still needs to be filled out, but that's Fazbears Family Diner. Not huge. I really wanted to keep it accurate and just simple. That goes for a lot of the builds here. There's a couple more places I gotta show off. And this road leads to a location that isn't finished yet. Underground part of it is, but here is Circus Baby's Pizza World before I got shut down. So here it is. We go inside. Here's a little area where you sign up or whatever, get your tickets. You go through one of the hallways, and here is one of the party rooms. So this is Fredbear and Foxy. Did I just say Fredbear and Foxy? That's Freddy and Foxy. We got Chica. And go in this room, which is the main room where Baby is. And then you go through here. We have Ennard. What's his name? Rennard? Yeah. This is original. This is something that the creator of the CS Fnaf mod came up with. And then we have Ballora with her little mini arenas. If we go back here, here's sort of an exit door, back door. But it also leads to the parts and service or pickup drop-off area. So we got a bunch of unused models, like I think this is Yendo or something. A little bit, a bunch of boxes, parts, a pickup truck. These guys are from Pizzeria Simulator, but I wanted to have more of the clown stuff, so, and a garage door. Got the prize counter. Really proud of how this came out, but pretty simple. There it is. Go in here, go through here. This is the employee hallway, it's one of them. So you can actually go in there through here. Up. And then you have a couple of choices. You can go back here to where the receptionist area is. And then you can go over here and into the kitchen. And this one I put a lot of detail in. We got the pizza ovens, we got the dough. We got the sink area, the dishwashing area, I mean. You can go through here, and here's also the entrance to the reception area. Then we go through here, and it just leads back out to here. Pretty simple, not a lot there, but there's Circus Baby's Pizza World. Let's head over to this unfinished factory place, or let's just say it's Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rentals. So this is kind of the warehouse place. And we go into this elevator. You gotta crawl to get through this door for some reason. This elevator actually works too. So you go in here and it's got a whole mechanism. Pretty simple. I use the create mod. So that's the elevator pulley. And we actually go in. And here it is. So I wanted to have a more accurate door, and I wanted to have the posters in here. But once you take the elevator down, those don't stay on the walls. They just stick in place and while you go down. So it's just, I just decided to not keep them there. So these things, they stay. But if we take the elevator down, boom, Boom. And here we are. So, I want to keep it accurate to the game where it kind of goes down under where the actual entrance of the place would be, and it's blocked off because of the tape. But if you look closely, the elevator drops down a little lower, and that's where you see the vent. And I have a blinking redstone light for those who use shaders with colored lighting. Go into the vent, and you wind up in here. And you're probably noticing it's different, right? Where's the front vent? Where's the fan and everything? This is not accurate at all. Well, actually, if you turn around, then it's accurate. So, I wanted to make this functional like an actual employee would be going through. So you have the original entrance up there, and that actually goes into separate doors that enter into the building like normal. So I wanted to do that. So you enter in through here. We got these vents. You can enter through vents into the Blur Gallery or the Funtime Gallery. By the way, yes, I switched both the sides, so. But everything else here, like the details and everything, and the copycat mod really helps a lot with trying to get these arches. I was able to get as accurate as I possibly could, and I'm so happy with how it looks. I think it looks really great. Comparison image right here, and it's pretty damn close. So if you turn around and you go through here, this is one of the employee hallways where you enter into the actual rooms. And here is Circus Baby's gallery. So this one is pretty dang accurate too. We got the cameras up there, still need to be moved around a little bit so they're more accurate. But we got the blinking light up there. We got the control module. Very happy they actually put this block into the mod. We got this, we got the fans and everything. So it's really freaking accurate. And you can slightly see Baby through the glass. Both shaders, most likely with shaders, you won't. So it'll just completely be blacked off just like how it is in the game. We also have this button here. Open that and it closes a vent here. There's that. And then if we go through, let's go through the Funtime Gallery. So I wanted to make the stage big enough to where you could fit Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy here, because I always assumed that Freddy would have his place in here instead of being in the breaker room. So you go through here. This is not bright at all. Then you have one of the employee doors that goes into the hallway. Then we have another employee door that goes into another hallway, which leads up here to the blocked off elevator entrance. So I put a bunch of blood here, caution tape, as much as I could try to get looking like caution tape. We go straight ahead, and here is the parts and service room. So you got Funtime Freddy here, who's ready for service. And we got the conveyor belt. I don't have conveyor belts that work right now because I tried using the create mod and the other stuff, and I couldn't get it to look good. So I just used industrial iron sheet metal, and I think that works pretty well. So anyway, this leads to the other room, which goes into the scooper room. We got Ennard peeking through the glass there like a creepy weirdo. We have the parts. So everybody's already been to the scooper room. Oh yeah, here's the door, which leads into parts and service. And you don't see the conveyor belt in the game, but I'm assuming it's there because that would make sense. And if you go up here with this, the scooper actually works if you press on this pressure plate. So I'm really happy with how that came out. Very happy that one of the Fnaf mods actually added an accurate scooper into the game, because the longest time you would have to deal with this scooper, which is smaller, and sorry, but it's very ugly. It doesn't work. This is supposed to be blinking. I don't know why it's not. There we go. So that's blinking like normal. So yeah, that's a pretty damn accurate scooper room, if I do say so myself. Let's close that. Now, let's head into one of the last places in this map. So we go over here. Oh yeah, this room is not finished. So this is the breaker room. That's a work in progress. But if we go to the left here, boom, we have the private room, which is in the Blur Gallery. And the reason for that is because the Blur Gallery is actually pretty empty. So I moved the private room into Blur's Gallery. and I think it looks pretty damn cool. This is the private room, pretty accurate. We got the vents, they all work. Everything works. This, I want to see if I can get this hooked up to this. And when I finish the FNAF 4, like, actual, like, gameplay buildings, which is also going to be underground connected to this place, like in the game, I'm going to have the camera system hooked up in there accurately as well. So, speaking of camera systems, we go in here, we grab this tablet, and boom! Look at that! That's dope as fucking, isn't it? So we actually have map layout, which I learned how to do with the mapper tool, and it looks great. I wish I could rotate it though. I really hope that the Management Wanted mod team adds that as a feature to rotate the map so it's actually accurate. But here it is. We go in here, we have one of the closet rooms with the gas tanks and everything. Not much to say about this place. It's pretty empty. There's still some detail that needs to be put in, especially in the corners here. There he is. And I actually put an event trigger up here so he can actually crawl through the vents and get to your office, which I thought was a pretty cool way to do it. Come on, man. Crawl through the vent. Yeah, look at that shit. Oh yeah, and this is what the building looks like underground. This is the whole layout. You're probably wondering what the white lines are. That's for the map and the monitor, so it can... But yeah, all almost done except for the breaker room. Maybe some more details in the walls in there for like the pipes and everything. All right, so the last place I have to show off in this video is Pizzeria Simulator. Here it is. I had to take some original liberties of my own, of course, and here is the building inside, which I'm really proud of. I'm really happy with how this came out. We got the kitchen here, which is all filled out with the menus and everything. So this looks pretty good. We go into the dining area. We got the puppet here. I wanted to fit the Gravitron thing in here, but it's just too freaking huge. It takes up so much space and it sticks out of the ceiling. So we got the rock stars, the little guys here. Candy Cadet, Foxy, Midnight Motorist, the other games, restrooms. Go through here, and here's the restrooms. These need to stick out a little longer out. And then we go over here, closet, and then go through employees. This is where nobody's supposed to go. And we have the interview area. You go through here, and you have an exit to the alleyway. Oh, it's raining, perfect. And then you go in here, and there's a ladder. Then you have the labyrinth. There we go. Go in here, you got Molten Freddy, and it's actually all exactly how it is in the game too. So we have, and all the layout is accurate. I even added audio lures, so I'll show you the camera system in a minute. In each room, you got Lefty here, we got Scrap Baby in here, and we have Scrap Trap in here. So go into here, and here is the camera system, all laid out and everything. You even got flashlights. And here's the audio lure. And you can actually hear it too. When you're in the room, you can hear it. But when it's all working and they're all up and at 'em, it all works. So let's make it midnight. Alright, so everybody's up and at 'em. And if we press the button, it actually works. She's going towards the signal. Oh yeah. And I even added motion detectors too. Gotta call them back in here, so you can see which ones are moving. Oh, Scrap Trap's probably already in here. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, that was a close one. There's like a delay on the flashlight, so. That is my 5 Nights at Freddy's Minecraft world. If you really like it, let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to finish it up and release the map and all the mods for it as well that I used. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a long one, there's a lot to cover, and I just really wanted to share this with you guys. So hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.